Good morning, YouTube. It's your boy Shay Mack here with the 92 Ford F-150, aka the work truck. We're gonna do a tool review. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Like I said, I get in the tools sometime. Something takes me back to a story or something that and I think in my mind that y'all want to see a video of tools, but y'all don't mind the story. Now you can leave me a suggestion down in the comment or whatever, but I think if you're doing a tool review and you just strictly showing tools and ain't no story, I mean, it's just like any other. But what makes mine unique is sometimes something sparks a story, something remind me of something, and I don't mind sharing it with y'all. So without further ado, we're gonna go into the back box. I refer to it at work as the black box. So you can see it used to be black in color. Now this is a bed shoulder. I call it a shoulder box that rides along the bed side. I cut off and welded back the ends on it and made me just a little purpose box for my hammers and clipping hammer, a 24-inch cobalt aluminum pipe wrench coming in there a lot for like putting big belts and all that back on, turning the shaft, all that. Welding rod, ball peen hammer, mini sledge hammer, clamps, squares, levelers, you name it, it's in this box. Lockout, tag out, shanks, shackles, striker, you name it is in this box, and it's congested. I can just lift one item to show you just what all down in there. Gloves, shackles, two or three hammers, claw hammers, whatever. But it's down in there. Even got a rosebud down in there where I use to heat up sprockets to get shafts when they're stubborn. But that box right there, when you open it, it's some serious work going on. It's something that won't move, that you need to move. But on back, just laying around, got chains, all different sizes for different applications you work on. In a sawmill, you got log yards. You go out there, it's logs down in the decks. You got to get out. It's just chains is just like having a belt on. You need it. This is a grease gun. Everybody know what that is. This is a that one of my, well, used to be my supervisor. He was a young guy, which really I trained, and he ended up getting the supervisor job of being my supervisor. Well, he got this pry bar. He went down. He went to a machine shop where they got like a water jet and they trim. It ain't nothing but it ain't a piece of key stock. It's a trim off of a 1-inch piece of steel, and he got it and he bought it back. 10 minutes, me and him machined a point on it, and he stuck it in his work truck. And he said he'd have him a pry bar. And at the time, I had made one. Believe it or not, I made it, and I spent so much time on it when I was on night that it actually looked like it was bought. And he was so proud of it, the craftsmanship that I put in to just making it. We was gonna do the same to this. But to make a long story short, unfortunately, he passed away due to cancer. He had like a 3-4 year battle with cancer. And I kind of kept that that bar unfinished as just a reminder of him. And we was great friends too. All right, without further ado, we get into the toolbox. Y'all excuse me shaking all that because I'm holding the camera and then trying to film. I probably won't go over every individual tool just to keep down on the stories, but I got a tap set and I know what this is. I just can't think of the name of it. Maybe looking at it, extractors. Looking at it helped me with my memory of it. they just some repurposed DeWalt bit boxes that I took and used for my extractors and tap set. This is the Irwin, I think 100 box cutters. Been had this almost 3 years, and I'm down to probably 10 in there now. If I buy another refill, I repurpose this box because I kind of like it how you could get 5 out if you want, or you could get 1 out. Y'all know how that is. And they got some cheap, I think this is from way back in 96 when I first started working on something. In Napa, they used to have the $4.97 bargain bin boxes, and I got these set of picks, and I lost one of them. But I got this set of picks out of that bargain bin. And underneath my welding gloves and gloves, I have tools. Now in this, I took wood and made me sections, and I got a bolt bin that sit on top of this that I currently got out. My nephew working on a 4-wheeler, and he used some of them bolts out of there. But I got my big wrenches in here, and I still got the same theme as I got in my toolbox in the house. I like Craftsman. There ain't no secret. So if I can if I can find one, I'm gonna buy that Craftsman wrench. And a lot of the wrenches in here, the Pittsburgh, I call them Big China. They all look the same. I mean, some of them branded Pittsburgh, some of them just branded China. So I call them Big China. And I got a set of Big China sockets as well that I bought from a flea market. Really, I think outside of Napa, that's the only place that you could find them big channels back in the day. And again, these here I had in '96 when I started working. Thought I wanted to work as a diesel mechanic, but come on, these here I bought at a flea market. This is a grip-on. Now these, I think this is a grip-on. Somewhere they say grip-on. Now this is a channel. It's a grip-on. We got some more of the China, Big China and Pittsburgh is mostly my biggest riches in here. Then we got a pipe wrench, a Western adjustable. I think it's a 15-inch, and got an old Williams, old Williams. It's rusted. Toolbox Warrior. It's one in every box. Unfortunately, I got 2. Toolbox Warrior. I think it's a Milwaukee. I think it's a Milwaukee. I might be wrong. Heavy duty. Yeah, it's a Milwaukee. I don't know if that's the same as the electronic and tool maker today, Milwaukee, because I think it's another one that makes dollies and stuff. So I don't know if they're the same Milwaukee, but it's this is a, I don't know, 18-inch pipe wrench. Like I said, I got my Craftsman here. I got a full set of these all the way up to I think 1 inch and 5/16. But that's my big Craftsman. Proud of them. I think I got 2 of these in here. I found a friend gave me this. I didn't find this one. A friend gave me, but the one that I initially had, I found it at a phone. And I think 5/16. That'll be the biggest of my Craftsman in our back. But this one right here, I got it at a flea market. I think 5 or 6 of them came in them, and it was like 1 inch and 1/8 all the way up to 1 inch and 5/16, which I don't have none of the big ones. I think as big as it goes is 1 inch and 1/8 because I broke all the rest of them. They was suitable, I reckon, usable wrenches. They wasn't very good. That Big China whipped this all day long. I don't know what make grip on, but I got a few grip on tools. That was old tool brand back in the day. I think Napa carried some of them, and most of them grip on I found at flea markets. And I got a USA real deal. 15-inch crescent wrench in there. Used for taking off hydraulic lines, stuff like that. And there goes my Duralast. It's to me it look like the big channel too, but it's branded Duralast. I'm pretty sure it's the big channel. Which gear wrench got one that just looks almost the same. And, I mean, if not exactly the same. But yeah, got that. And this is a great neck. This is what I started with, and it broke on me. And my company supplied resupply tools. We just buy them, and once we get them and something happened to them, they'll buy us another one. So I just sent them out to AutoZone, picked that up. They went and got it. And this was my old Great Neck ratchet. And what's unique about this, I made me a ratchet extender with it. And I can slide this up on that Duralast and have me a cheetah bar. And I guess these here is probably the only screwdrivers I have, because I don't use a lot of screwdrivers, and if I do, I got this bit driver here and this bit box. But like the funny thing about it, what I like about industrial maintenance is because you're working on machines and everything tends to be flat and out in the open. And you tend to be able to use power tools on everything. And trust me, at a plant that's based on production, they prefer you to use a power tool because you're in and out of a job quick. And you can get the machine back going. The quicker you can get the machine back going, the quicker this is my welding here, the quicker workflow is. And I'll tell you another unique thing when I sit down and tell y'all about doing this or doing that. I got a lot of experience in everything. You know, one day I may have to do plumbing work. One day I may have to do a little electrician work, like wiring my own motors back up after I have changed out a bad motor. So you pretty much in maintenance, you pretty much like the janitor, if you will, the janitor of the plant. Now, I don't clean bathrooms or clean up, but pretty much what a school janitor done back in the days, you know, if you came up in the old schools, the janitor pretty much did everything. He was an assistant football coach. He cleaned the bathrooms. He fixed the air conditioners. He just pretty much basically done everything. Well, that's the kind of way I am at the plant, with minus cleaning the bathrooms. And so, but I even have to substitute for a worker if they short-handed. I may be a green chain man one day. I may be block saw man. You know, I have done it. So, and I have to do that and the maintenance. Go back to my maintenance. But here of late in a new plant, we pretty much stay maintenance, and we got enough cleanup guys to, you know, to put in the place of them. Back with the plumbing. But this is my Hercules bit set that I modified, and every one of my bit sets, I don't care if it's a snap-on, I'm gonna modify it. I mean, them tools is alright that's in there, but like square drives, stuff like that, I don't need, so they take up room. Excuse me, I gotta open this box. They take up extra room in the box. I modify this box to dictate what I got to do and what I use every day. Like these bit drivers, I put these in here, magnetic, and you can see the stuff with the blue on it. That's original to the box. But all the stuff that don't have blue on it, which is basically half of it, I put in there to dictate what I need. Now, that's something I do recommend. If you get these bit driver boxes and you can buy extra bits. And I just went out and got this Hercules. I didn't care if that tool was any good, but it wasn't to my surprise. But this is a pretty good set. But I just got it because it was cheap, and I can just go ahead and modify it how I want it. And like I said, it works out. Everything that I need at work, that I can just go to this box and get it. And here I got, this was an entire set of cobalt pliers minus this shiny one here. It was an entire set that the handles had. You know how cobalt had that big gray and blue handle on it? Well, that handle had got to where it was starting to deteriorate. And it didn't feel good in your hands because in places part of it was missing. Well, this is heat shrinks. And I went to Home Depot and I got these heat shrinks. I can't remember the exact size of them, but I got these heat shrinks and I put them heat shrinks on these handles. And that's been probably 2 years ago. And I use this stuff here every day. And y'all, you know I don't believe in abusing tools, but a lot of these tools on this truck here get used inappropriately because of the time factor. You know, if I bring a wrench to a job, and most likely I'm up the stairs on another level, I can drive my truck to the machine, but the machine might be up on the deck, up on the catwalk. So I ain't gonna go up and down the steps just to bring I got a pair of needle nose and I need a pair of pliers. I'm not gonna go back down to get no needle nose. I'm just gonna do what I can do with these pliers. So a lot of time I don't have time to go back and forth with wrenches, so I fixed me up a tool bag that got all like my basic tools in it. But these tools on the back of this truck, mostly I use these on maintenance day. We got like a Friday and Saturday maintenance day that you out and you got your truck and you got 4 or 5 things to fix. So this one, these tools, they'll really come into play. But other than just the big one down here, the big wrenches I showed you down there, I use them every day. But these right here, I probably use these probably 2 or 3 times along the week because I got a tool bag that's got these same tools in there. And I had good luck finding Craftsman once I did, and I ended up having like 6 sets that goes all the way up to, this set here goes all the way up to a 1 5/16, all the way back down to a 1/4. And this set right here, I think it goes from a 6 to 19 millimeter, and I got my gear wrench in there with it. And when I said detail, I wasn't gonna go through every one of these wrenches. As you can see, this is my SAE and this is my millimeter side. Got old flashlight. Can't never have no flashlight. But I basically use this every single day. I got an extension cord back here. Got another cheetah bar that I use, and I got a big sledgehammer. Y'all, this is another one of my big China ratchets, I think. See, this is an Evercraft version of it, and I don't think this is my ratchet. I think one of my co-workers broke theirs, and I just took that ratchet head. Y'all know I'm famous for using ratchet handles and hammer handles. On this one here, I'm gonna tell you, it probably was a mistake, because you hit something with that head, that right there would jar your teeth. You just about have to put a mouthpiece in to use that. That's probably, if I'm not mistaken, 10 or 9 pound sled. And that thing there is rough, which I don't use it out heat. And when most time I do use it, I got gloves on so that lessen the impact. Maybe one day I'll get me some pipe dressing and cover that handle, wrap it with some black tape, I don't know. But so far I just didn't do nothing to it. And over here is my oxygen acetylene torch. Got an extension cord there. One day I'm gonna clean this bad boy here back up, take it back in the shop. This is my Craftsman Vice. I'm a Craftsman collector. I like USA Craftsman. I don't like the China BS now. I just like USA Craftsman. Over here we got some cobalt. And like I told you, this was from the stunt, and when I thought I wanted to be a diesel mechanic. And we got some Harbor Freight, tried and true. Man, I can't tell y'all, how good these things are. I put these things on this big 899. This tray over. I put those on this big 899 daily. And I don't remember the torque specification, but I know it's up in the 300s. Reverse is up in the 700s. So y'all want to correct me on that, man, I can stand to be corrected. But this is a big gun, and I use this gun here for everything. It's like hot sauce. I put it on anything. Y'all can see, one day we'll do a tool review on all my DeWalt. I keep the DeWalt on my truck, and I use Milwaukee at the house. One reason being that I got 2 sets of tools is because I try not to use nothing off this truck, because I could be out here working on something and then leave it, get tired, leave it, shut it up in the truck, and then I get to work the next day. That'd be the very thing that I need. But here's another repurposed box. This here got a magnet on it. And I use it to keep my drill bits in there. Got some cobalt drill bits. Got some drill hog cobalt drill bits down there that need sharpened. I won't never do that no more. If you can't sharpen a bit, get you I always deal with the one that branded cobalt. All of them is not as hard as the cobalt. A lot of that use that name for a marketing scheme, but you gotta look at it like I look at it. If they put that cobalt on there, that steel would be harder than just any cheap bit. It'll be a better steel, even though it may not be cobalt steel. It'll be a better steel. So any cheap drill bit that you can find that got cobalt on it, buy it, because if you can't sharpen these bits, they don't need to go and buy no drill hog, no snap-on, no Mako. They don't need to buy that, because that sharpness gonna last about as long as it does on any other bit. Maybe a little longer bar in the steel that is crafted out of. But my suggestion is just grab you a good cobalt cheap bit, use it. When it's dull, throw it away, get another set. I mean, that's easy as pie. And like I said, a cheap drill bit, a real cheap drill bit, will get you in a bind, because that steel is different from the steel that you're drilling. The steel you're drilling is a little softer than that bit. And if that bit breaks in there, then you got to show enough shell out some money to get you a real good, tried and true brand cobalt bit to get that bit out. So that's one reason why I buy like a mid-grade drill bit, for that particular reason. These trays, I built them from tray that was in a work by the truck, and I just got one of the trays and I cut it off, fit my box, and I made these little wings on it to go up under my hardware. But and they serves good. This is Harbor Freight. All this. I think this first set right here is from my mechanic days when I had the Stanley and the Walmart and Home Depot tools. When I try to, once again, try to be a decent mechanic, I spray painted them, because I could be up a catwalk and I say, hey man, hand me a metric socket. So then I say it's the one with the red on it, and they can go there and say, okay, this is it. And they keep them from having to dig through all these, which these on the back is not Harbor Freight. These first 5 here is Ticton, and this one here is a Duralast. That one and that one is SK's, and that one is I think it's a Harbor Freight, and that one there is a Mac, old Mac. I found working on a truck way back in '96. I'm gonna show y'all something surprising. They don't offer this in AutoZone, but I got to looking in the Titan brand one day, and I was thinking of buying me some Titan ratchets, and I saw this online. I said, I'm gonna try it. This is actually my second one, but I think it's 15 inches long, 1/2-inch drive. It's got that. I'm gonna tell you something about this cheap ratchet mechanism in here. They stole that idea from What's the brand I'm trying to think of? It's got the two paw design, not the stacking paw, not to be confused with stacking paw. It's actually got a paw here and a paw there, and this leverages pin the paw against the teeth of the gear inside. But they stole this idea from Proto, and it was a cheap way to make ratchets, and actually a dependable way to make ratchets, because if you get these paws right, you use some real hard steel on these paws. I mean, you can cheap out on this ratchet all the lever. You said lever ain't impressing nobody, but that's pretty much the way that can't think of the name of the day. Just mentioned it too. Proto. That's really the way that Proto did it, and all these little small companies just copied that design. But as long as you keep them paws in that ratchet hard steel, man, it's staying here. I done put it through the test, and the way that broke the other one, I didn't break it, but a coworker of mine broke it. He put a bar on it. I would have never done that to this ratchet, but I do it to that big channel. It's a 3/4 drive, so it can take more. And right here is my D-Walk batteries. I got 4 D-Walk batteries in here. And like I said, it's my sockets. Got an old Craftsman ratchet down in here. I like Craftsman pretty good. And this is my day-to-day work truck. See, the door locked. Go around on the driver's side. That's something I build right there. That's my fire pit. That is a 18-wheeler rim and brake drum stacked up fire pit. I've been burning some of my old boxes. My nephew put an axle on his 4-wheeler, so we'll probably burn that tonight. If you fix up your 92 Ford, I like this wheel style. I call the other ones that look like a swirl type, I call them hurricanes. I really ain't into that one, but I like these here pretty good. I got 3 sets of them. But this is, man, if you see my hand come above that lens like that, it's cause I'm covering some sensitive information. Everybody don't watch your video just because you're a great guy and you got nice tools. Some of them watch your video because you're a great guy, and for putting them on YouTube, you're an idiot. So, we're getting to set this out. This is my everyday, go up the catwalk, go up the stairs, go on the ladder, go in the block saw shack, everyday bag. I take this all around that plant, and this is what I keep it going with. I got this is my D-Walk 3/8 drive, but I ain't gonna go full detail, but just to show you. And this not a SK. Actually, this box is being used just for an assortment of tools, and every tool ain't there, but every tool that I need is in there. Get it? So this box is customized to what I do and what I do out of this bag and what I'm capable of. And I'll show you this right here. This is a set of Carlisle, which I'm missing one. The 3/8, I think, but this is a mid-link, and they work good on removing air valves, locking set screws. I mean, and if I break one, I can take it back to Napa and have it replaced. Cobalt crescent wrench. They're from my good old days. These Lord have mercy. I'm gonna leave this out one because I gotta organize this back. I can't stress enough about having stuff organized. I mean, aggravation is the #1 cause of fatigue. Got it. Aggravation is the #1 cause of fatigue, and aggravation meaning putting these tools back in here unorganized. That's aggravation, and that'll make you want to go to the house when you look for something. You know you got it, but you can't find it. Keep up this day to day. I do this every day, sometimes on Saturdays. I do this every day, and what keep me going and motivating is putting everything back in the same order. Putting everything back where everything got a place, put everything back in its own place. I can't stress that enough. If you want to be a mechanic, some kind of maintenance, you got to practice organization. First thing, that's the first order. Clean your tools, inspect them for damage, and put them back in that same order. Don't go out every weekend scrambling this truck up, redoing everything, because I'm telling you, aggravation sticks in, you going to the house. You gonna find you another profession. Y'all, this is the cobalt pliers that I was talking to. This handle will deteriorate and lose out. Where they used to have a gray insert in here, and it was a softer material, and I think they just stopped putting it in there. But these here didn't have that gray material on it. But that gray material was kind of soft, and it just deteriorated. Anytime oil got on it, it just deteriorated. And this toolbox is not, this tool is not clean, because I used these Friday night when I was on nights, and I just throw them back in this bag. And when I get returned to work Monday, my first job will be taking this bag into the shop, dumping it out, cleaning it up, cleaning my tools up, making sure everything is there, and getting it back ready for the next go around. But and most of these tools in here is some of my first tools in this bag. Like I said, Lowe's and Walmart was my friend, and that's why I got most of my tools from. Got a few Harbor Freight stuff in here. I'm a big fan of these bit drivers. I got a bunch of them, and this thing come in handy. You can use it 5/16 quarter drive, big and little screwdrivers, all in one right there. You just take this up. The reason I like this because of the catwalk stairs. I get that, and to save time, save space in my bag. That's good for that. Got a few extensions in here. No big major name brand. I think they stand. Some of my first tools. Yeah, but this bag is jam full. That's a power torque ratchet that I got from O'Reilly's. Lifetime warranty. Break it, I take it back. Although my company will supply us with Napa Carlisle ratchets, I got a few from having these Napa. So there go another set of the cobalt. That's basically what I got in there. There's no cobalt. But my first tools. I ain't putting that back in there. But as a bonus for this Ford truck, 92 Ford truck, Toolbox tour, as a bonus, I'm gonna show y'all my new project. This is the 1992 also Ford. That's padded wheels I was telling you about. And I got a pair over here. Here that I'm gonna put on there, and that's the extra one right on back right there. So, and the other one is probably behind that shed with a tab load out on it that I was too lazy to take off the rim. But this is my 92 Ford extended cab XLT project that I'm working on. I'm gonna clean it up. One day we're gonna do a before and after scene. I ain't gonna show you the whole respiration on camera and all that. I don't have time. Just gonna tell you, and I'm not gonna invest in GoPro cameras and all that. So this phone probably gonna be the best I'm gonna do. But yeah, this is my 92 Ford. I'm gonna get it fully restorated. I'm gonna, if that's a word, I'm gonna have it painted. I'm gonna stick with these wheel things, but them white wall tires, they gotta go. I see a lot of people do this, but don't put car tires on a pickup. Don't even put I call them street tires. Put all-terrain tires on your truck, because if you put this on your pickup, you're making it pedestrian. I mean, this ain't nothing but a glorified car right now with a big extra large trunk. And you have to stay basically, because on this grass, I could spin out trying to leave out of here because of the weight of that truck and them poor grip on them tires. But try to keep your, see, a terrain tire on there. And the truck tires are 7-ply, 6-ply. These car tires, they built to me for a soft ride. Now, whoever had this truck before me probably liked it, the ride of them tires, opposed to having the 6 and 7-ply, but they handicapped this truck a lot when they done that. I give you a little tour of my yard a little bit and what I do day to day. This is my Yamaha, one of them that I work on, well, that I play on. It's brand new, so I haven't had to work on it. Had the tires and wheels, windshields, rear and front windshield put on it, and see if I can do this without showing you my tag. Okay, I had all this package put on there. This is Harbor Freight right here. This Badlands winch and light. But I had this put on through Yamaha. Some company done it, and I had this steering wheel mod put on when I purchased it, and I installed that winch myself. So all that I installed, and then I got a radio. I installed that myself. It's a Boss. It's 300 watts. Man, it's loud. And I do mostly like parades or anywhere they permit it. I don't do the mud ride thing. I do a trail ride, but I ain't into that mud ride. I mean, I'm not gonna tear it up. My pressure washer I had, put a new carburetor on it. I'm gonna cover this lens so I won't show my license plate as I walk to the front of this vehicle. This is my 2008 Lincoln Navigator. This is my road truck. When I get ready to go on the road, long trips, I get this truck, man. This thing is like riding in a Sealy bedroom set. Them seats hug you, and I mean, I get tired real easy. So I have to have stuff showing my license plate from the Mustang. But I get tired real easy, so I have to have stuff that that's more comfortable than what I need, because my legs get stiff on trips. But this truck right here, this is the second one I've owned. I had a 2002 model Lincoln Navigator, one of the first genuine. I had it, and after I got my uses out of that, I got this one here. I'm gonna show you the most modded vehicle I have in my yard. My motorcycle underneath there. It's my Yamaha. I like Yamaha. I like sticking with one brand because believe it or not, it's certain things on these, as far as boats, maybe starter Bennett or something like that, that I can use over there on that other one, and on my side by side. But I like sticking with that same stuff because once you learn how to order it, you learn how to work on it, you kind of know Yamaha, and that's sort of what I done. And my nephew working on his 4-wheeler. Got some debris in the yard, gotta get on him back. This is the most modded vehicle I have in my yard. This is a 19, no it ain't a 19 nothing. It's a 2008, I think a 2008 Hummer H3. It's got that, it's got the i5 motor, but it's the i5 upgraded. And like in 2006 and 2005 models, if there's such a thing as 2005 models, they had a small underpowered, you see that reflection behind me? That's my Mustang back there. Yeah, it's got the upgraded motor in it. Love this thing, drive it daily. When I'm not in the work truck, this is what I'm in. I modified it. Put those big wheels. Those are, if y'all interested in that wheel setup, that's 24s on 33s. Yeah, I'm a country boy. That's what I do. And I don't mud ride this, but we do a lot of trail riding in fields where I have to take my 4-wheeler, and we get in the field, bonfire, stuff like that. I could drive this right up to the bonfire I don't have to. A lot of times in the winter, I don't even take my side by side. I can drive this right up to the vineyard, to the bonfire, get down till it's time to go home. But this, I'm putting the light and all up there. I'm going to add a winch if I can find one that's to my liking right now. Most of the winch bumpers and all that is out there looks sort of bad to me, and I thought about taking this little grill out down here, putting that bed laying behind there, and I may do that if I can, because I don't need now that's just I know 10,000 pounds stuff like that. I don't need now. I think that I can get by with one that's 3,000 pounds, and I think Badland makes one that'll fit in that behind there. I can go to work and modify me a bracket to bolt down in there to that frame and have it where to stick out just enough, protrude through there just enough to put your rollers and your guys on. I think I can do that. I think I can make it happen. Matter of fact, I know it. I'm gonna hold this camera down so I don't show the tag, but that is my Mustang. I haven't did many miles to that. It runs, but nobody drives it, so need a set of tires on the back. I put a brand new on, 2 brand new on the front. Never got around to doing the back one. Nobody never drives it, but I'm gonna throw a little love in it. Hopefully this year I'll get it repainted and let's see if I can show my wife's car. That is my wife's car. I don't buy new vehicles. She does. I can go to a car lot and buy a 78 Cutlass Supreme and be just as happy as she is in a 2023 BMW. I don't gotta have that. I like what I like, and I would have that first gen Lincoln Navigator if it wasn't for them motors that they put in there. I didn't, and I didn't like that 4.6. I don't like the 5.4, which that Navigator got a 5.4, and they good in in your 100,000 miles and maybe 200,000 miles. But they just not what I get down into the 3,000 and 4,000. They ain't gonna hold up. But my shop is a little messy. My nephew with his 4-wheeler crap everywhere. Gotta clean it up in here, and it makes me not even want to be in here. But that was my 92 Ford review. That was just me showing y'all a few things that I work on day to day. Like I said, and I can't stress it enough, keep organized. No matter what you do, if you got a small toolbox like that, reason I don't buy them dump-in toolbox, because you cannot organize them. When you side the road or something and you working on vehicle, that toolbox right there will save you. You could pull the drawers out, you know basically what you got in them drawers. So that will save you. That was really all I had other than that Stanley that I stood up in the shop. That was basically all I had. And when I quit Diesel Mechanic, I went to work at this saw mill that I'm at today. I went to work there, and I downsized the Stanley box. Basically, it wasn't nothing but that top right there, that Craftsman. I think it had like a 4-drawer top on it. And it had this big box that sat on with the one door that was useless. I mean, you couldn't pile nothing up in it. You open that big door, everything fall out of it. Really aggravation. You wouldn't buy it up at the top box. But I had it a while, and I had an old black Ford 90. It was a 1988 Ford F-150. That was the EFI models. Those trucks was actually some tough vehicles. I mean, you had to be just wanting to tear it up to tear it up. I ended up having like 300 and some thousand miles on that truck, and then give it to my brother. He bought him a truck. He gave it back to me. I then again sold the truck, and the guy Drove the truck up into, and it was like, I bought that truck in 98 or 97, and it was actually in like 2016 when the dude jumped the truck out, and he drove it every day. Like I said, I'm not just trying to sell you on a brand, but if you buy a brand, it's a good idea to have the same brand of vehicles in your yard. That way, if you working on a vehicle and you figure that vehicle out, then it's less aggravating to fix on the other vehicles, because if you understand the Ford, if you understand your Chevrolet, you understand your Toyotas, that makes it easy for you. And I can't stress it enough. This job, anybody that's in mechanic can tell you, frustration will drive you out of this business. So anything you can do to keep down frustration, if it's organizing your tools, cleaning them up, putting them back in order, all that stuff counts. And like I said, I used to work for a guy when I was trying to be a decent mechanic. He was like, "Yep, you know the quickest way to go to the house is frustration," and he didn't lie. I mean, I had that old big black box, and the top wouldn't latch like this one, and you couldn't tote it around. And one day I just kicked it to the curb, and I went and grabbed this Craftsman box, and I used this box for several years until I got this big box here. The thing, I'll tell you something about this big box. They're nice to have for storage, but once you go big, you can't go out the door no more with it. So it's aggravating to be working on something out there and have to need something in here. You gonna need a tool cart of some magnitude. If it's the one drawer and the tray on top, which I had for a long time, and it serviced me a long time. I paid $99 for it with a coupon at Harbor Freight, and I had it 3 or 4 years, and it was serviceable. It was good, but my electricals started to expand, so that one drawer wasn't enough for me, and I didn't want tools, metal tools on top of my electricals, my voltmeters, stuff like that. I didn't want to damage them, so I went out and got this 4 drawer, which they got a 5 drawer. You excuse my beer can, but I ain't telling you to excuse this mess because I work in here. But I can't say excuse the beer can. But in this drawer, this cart, I got the option. I got to get up. I got the option. I told y'all comfort is key. Got an old office chair in here. I sit in. Actually, got a few office chairs in here that we sit in. Basically, bring work in here. This table, it ain't going nowhere. It's sitting on a wheel. That's a oak tabletop, sitting on one of those wire spools that the power companies have, and you put a motor on top of that thing, it ain't going nowhere. After I got the wheel, it's got them long all thread bolts running through there. I put some extra mojo on them for that force that I'm gonna be sitting stuff on top of. But I got this box here basically because of the space. I ran out. See, this is if you could picture this was the one drawer, and this is what I had in it. So it was full. So I didn't have room for this stuff. So I needed 2 drawers was my initial thinking, and it was right. I needed 2 drawers. That ain't a bad idea, Harbor Freight. If y'all can make one of these 2 carts, 2 drawers, that's another way to sell this box. And these just bonus drawers. Now this stuff I don't have to have in there. Hey, Bray. Hey. This stuff I don't have to have in there, but it's stuff that I use every day. Bray want to do a little toolbox tour of his toolbox. Get up on you ain't got that. Get up on the vacuum right there. Stand up on the vacuum to the bike. I'm trying not to show his face. I'm gonna stand behind him.
So guys, you can see we got my little multi-tool here. It comes with pliers in the front. And got blade, a screwdriver, flathead. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, and it got a measuring and saw. And this next one, you're gonna really like it, guys. So, this is a wood saw. We got, goody. A smaller screwdriver.
That's like a screwdriver or a pick. You can use it to open stuff.
Yeah,
And,
or you could like pick locks just in case you accidentally.
Pick locks.
Yeah, cause it's small, you know.
Yeah.
You can pick locks just in case you unlock your keys somewhere. You forgot to get it out.
Yeah.
And you can use this. I don't really know. You can use it for. We got some other kind of.
That is a file, and it's got that's a flathead screwdriver on top. See. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's also a screwdriver, and it's a file. Yeah. Well.
And so we got pliers that connects with the whole thing.
Yeah.
It got some cutters. You can cut a wire if you need to.
Yeah.
And we also got a lot of these. So we got some of these USA Craftsman riches.
Yeah. Who riches are those?
Mine.
Yeah.
It look like it's
Somebody put a heart on it, didn't it? I think that's a B. Somebody named KB. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
I hate when people write names on tubes.
And then try to sell them to somebody like somebody.
Well,
they name on
our video is long, Bray, so we've done I'll tell you what we'll do. We just this was some bonus footage, so we'll come back again and do a whole toolbox tour in your honor. You do it. How about that? Mm-hmm. All right. Like I say, like and subscribe to my channel. It's new, up and coming. Y'all been dear. Y'all been doing good on the views. Just like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully me and Bray will keep this thing going. And we'll show y'all a few projects that we did and some that he done. He gonna get a motor. I'm gonna get him a motor and weld it up on a stand, and let him start taking our parts, putting them back. See how good is that? All right, like and subscribe to the channel, y'all. It's J Mac and Braylon, and we out.